Whether you're joining us live right now or a replay, I truly believe that you are here for a reason. We always say that you don't find Life Vantage finds you. And so today you get to meet a few of my really favorite friends that had every opportunity in network marketing to choose a home, to pave a way, to build a community. And we're going to show you why we all said yes to LifeVantage. And one of the cool things about this today is that you are going to see several different women from different countries, different markets, different backgrounds, and different stories. And so you will be able to really align with different stories and people and hear your voices because the cool thing about this is right now LifeVantage is in the fast lane. And if you know how to spot momentum and timing, you will see what we're talking about. So if you're saying, I've never heard of LifeVantage. What is this company? You're actually in good company because that's where most of us started from. And when you know business and you know timing, that is the best part about this company truly is they have been making waves in science, in innovation and all those things. And really, they need more voices to share this incredible story. So, starting off today is going to be my friend Julie Sullivan, who is the sales director in Europe. Julie and I have had the opportunity to travel to Iceland and London and Salt Lake City and really being able to build this amazing friendship and community together. And like myself, I have previous experience in network marketing in Rodan and Fields, built to the top of the company, car earner, trip earner, all the things. And I really just have had such a love and a passion for network marketing. It has changed my family, my life in so many ways that I just never could have imagined. As a former hairstylist, I never really saw myself here. But I had one of those pivotal moments in my life that I was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer at 35 years old with three young children. And it gave me such a different perspective on my health and also building a business that was scalable. And so, Julie, I love your story and your background, also coming from network marketing. You've worked with some of the top companies in the world and joining us since one of those big players closed its doors. And I know you had the opportunity to say yes to really any company out there, and you chose this one, LifeVantage, and we've created this really incredible movement. So, Julie, if you want to just open out why was sharing us, what was it about LifeVantage and what have you loved so much? I know that you recommend this to anyone that you've seen in the industry, and we've had some deep conversations about that.
Well, it's a privilege to be with LifeVantage, and I wish I'd heard of LifeVantage a lot sooner than I did. But once you get to know LifeVantage, the people, you can't not fall in love. So when I'm looking for a company, so just give you a bit of background, I've got 30, so many years in the industry. So, I've built my own teams as well as being on the corporate side in previous lives as well. And as Courtney said, I've worked with massive global companies. I've worked with new startups, scale-ups. And so I know what I'm looking for. So when I'm looking at a company, one, I want to look at the people. I also wanted to know that it was in the wellness and also in the e-commerce sector. So that's very important when you're looking to build your business and have big appeal as well. And my good friend who's on the call today, Tanisha Badara, was actually looking at LifeVantage, and her enthusiasm and passion made me really want to sort of delve in and find out a little bit more as well myself. So I thank you for that, Tanisha. And it was definitely the glow you had. And I remember you saying, there's a vibe about this company. There's a vibe about the people. You'd been speaking to Courtney and Alexis and Steve. And I didn't quite get it until I actually spoke to you guys myself. And you can feel that connection, that you don't work separately, that it is a real partnership collaboration. Also, you have the most amazing. So this was helping me in my decision. Not only were you in the wellness space, but you had something that was that X factor, which is our activation and our products. You know, all those patents on the products, the peer reviews, the science behind it, the activation, how it activates rather than supplements, is something so unique. And even if people don't realize, everybody needs activation. It's also because, hopefully, if I'm talking too much, you'll have to tell me, Courtney. But it was also a company that was established, that was traded publicly as well. So you've got that transparency, you've got that reassurance of knowing who's guiding and leading the company and where it is. That's so important when you're looking for someone new to partner with. You need the stability. But one thing that goes with that that's equally as important is that a company is not only stable, but it has that vision as well. And that came across, I mean, and look at what we've achieved. I think you're going to talk about that a little bit further on with opening up new countries. That's unheard of, guys. You know, there isn't many companies out there that are opening new countries, that are launching into new markets, that are investing in people, investing in those countries and everything that goes along with that as well, because it isn't just about launching, it's about the follow-up and the investment in people and what happens from there. So you're in like the best hands. It's also the Evolve compensation plan, because you can have all those things, but if you haven't got a compensation plan that in my mind is all inclusive, it's not exclusive. So maybe if you've been in the industry, you'll know what I mean by that. So some compensation plans reward a small minority, whereas our compensation plan rewards everyone. And you can decide which way you go throughout that Evolve plan. I love the name of it as well, because it is about evolving yourself and the plan. So they're just a couple of the key things that were really, really important to me when I was deciding. And we did have lots of choice. But LifeVantage, although it's not the biggest, it's got the biggest potential. It's got the credibility. It's got the people. It's got the collaboration. Lots of people say, and I've worked with companies that say there's a real collaboration. I question it. Here, there actually is. It's about us all uniting together in a purpose, with a vision, with that activation, feeling good about what we've got, the products that we've got, the compensation plan we've got, the people that you're working with, and that leadership to lead you to where you want to be, and you're in charge of it. So for me, it was a clear winner, hands down. I agree with Tanisha. It is a vibe. There isn't anything like it. You know, and I haven't even touched on things outside the compensation plan. But for me, from the first moment I saw Tanisha, your excitement, I've never seen you like that about any other company and product. And when I met the people and looked into it, nothing compares. So hopefully that answers a little bit.
I love it, Julie. I love your messaging. And you guys can tell Julie is a vibe. So when she says the vibe, she saw it, she is it. And the biggest part of that, Julie, we love you, is like, we've never, those of us that have worked in network marketing, or maybe you own your own business, or maybe you're trading your time for your money. I've never seen a corporate team that is as invested into your success and your business as LifeVantage. I know with Julie, she will open her message at any time. She will hop on a plane. She just returned from Iceland helping that team. In all of our markets, they're that way. So, like Julie was mentioning, opening these new markets, we're not just excited to open a market. It's the follow through. It's the build up towards that, which is why these markets are having so much success. Also, really big deal is this acquisition of LoveBiome. We also were in the position to buy another company and bring them into LifeVantage. And like we said, the Evolve compensation plan. So, throughout this call, we're going to show you how to have fun, make money, make a difference, and really lock arms with industry leaders that are sharing through influencing creators, social media, in person. We have it all here. And the biggest thing is we're having fun. So, we have our patents, we have our products, they're proven. They're recognized from top universities. This is a really big deal to have science studies. This is the only product that I know of and company in the industry that had a previous product that was literally sold on store shelves that has been featured on prime time TV. You can look up the videos from top television shows. This product is the only one I know of that then went into network marketing. So the proof is really in the pictures, it's in the products. They're easy to share, they're fun to use, and there's something I can't imagine my life without. And Maki Hosono, you are really one of my favorite people to listen to sharing about why you chose this company with these products. We both came from the beauty world. We were selling skincares, we were selling hair things, and we were having a lot of fun earning the cars, earning the trips. And when we were looking into rebuilding, it was massive. And it was really something that was such a heartfelt decision. So, Maki, you're joining us from Hawaii. She's a single mom living in Hawaii. And if you follow her on Instagram, you'll know that about her. And Maki, since you've said yes to this, you've made a huge impact in this company. And I've had a lot of fun just doing this journey with you from Japan to Thailand and all over the place. And so, Maki, if you want to just introduce us and tell us why you said yes to this too, that'd be great.
Aloha, guys. From Honolulu, Hawaii. My name is Maki Hosono, originally from Japan, living in Hawaii for almost like 16 years now. But like Courtney said, I used to own a big business with our Rodan Fields, and I lost it overnight. And I was devastated, but I love this industry, so I wanted to stay in the network marketing business. And so I started looking, but then none of them like really clicked. Like none of them there are so many company approached me, but none of them were really like, nothing. They didn't have the perfect portfolio until LifeVantage came. And I was looking for longevity because I didn't want to rebuild again. And so I was looking for something stable. So this company is debt-free and publicly traded. And then in the wellness industry, which is like growing right now and that everybody needs. And the corporate team was amazing. Like they were so like working closely to us that like I never had before. And so I said yes, but at the same time, I was still kind of worried, like how do I approach this? Like because there are so many supplements out there. And then like how do I sell this? Because I had no idea about wellness, any health things. I'm not a medical professional. So how do I market this? So I actually started taking Protandim Nerf 2, which is the antioxidant pill. And I started noticing in my shoulders and like my pain's gone and like all the stuff. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is not the regular supplements. Like Julie was saying, we're selling activators. And it was like one of the biggest factors that I decided to say yes to this company because I didn't want to sell just the supplements because like something that you can buy from anywhere. But like I wanted to have something unique that like they can only buy from us. And that was the LifeVantage. Like there's no other activators sold outside of LifeVantage. So that's like a monopoly. And then it was truly my first time to experience that like feeling like something actually happened in my body taking supplements. Like I've taken so many other stuff before and nothing happened to me. So that's why I was like not sure about this wellness industry because I was like, if I don't feel anything, like how do I sell it? until LifeVantage. Like I started taking so many other stuff like collagen and the Protandim series and the gut health juice, and I feel it now. And that's why I started sharing that on social media as my lifestyle. So it's not like really forcing myself to sell, but just like truly sharing this is what I'm doing. This is my daily routine to keep my health healthy. And that naturally becomes like such a big account. And then like my my organization brings me probably more than $200,000 in revenue every month, but 98% of that comes from social media. And that's what I like about this business too, because like before I was kind of like doing the home parties and like the cold reach outs, and I was kind of feeling icky about it. But this business is so like naturally fits in your lifestyle, and you can just share that to on the social media, and that's like attract marketing. So like no forcing, no cold messaging, and no hard selling. It's just like it fits in your life so like naturally. And then like when I noticed like I've been traveling around the world with this company, like that happened naturally. And that's just like I've been having so much fun with this company. And I'm so happy that I chose this company as my second home, like the new home, because I've looked at so many other companies and I could have gone to them, but like Courtney said, LifeVantage found me, and I'm so thankful for that.
I love it, Maki. It's been so fun to watch you build and share and duplicate this with your team and your friends. We've had the best time in Japan, and I really cannot imagine life without all of these beautiful people and seeing and hearing their stories of what the products are doing, the communities, and also the income that is able to be built here. You are so on point with that, and I love that. I love hearing your story. You're truly amazing. And we're going to move right into Lacey Nielsen, which I just realized that all of the guests on this call, we were all together in Alaska on this 7 day Alaskan cruise. So you're going to be seeing pictures throughout these slides. And it really shows what LifeVantage is able to bring and really see the world through this company. Lacey, are you on?
I'm on, yes.
Okay, there you are. Hi, Lacey Nielsen. Okay, Lacey, you have a background in fitness, in health, in nutrition. You've built to the top of two companies, and now you're able to do it a third time. So, some of the key things that I think are so huge about that is that you've traded your time for your money. You've worked in gyms, you've worked in corporate. But some people are looking at this, maybe feeling like they're too late in the game. Maybe that, I don't know, we're in our 40s. Like, is it too late for us? Or can I do it again? Am I too exhausted if they've built to the top of a business before to do it again? So, Lacey, I love your just tenacity and the fun and what you're able to do with LifeVantage. So we can't wait to hear from you.
Awesome. Okay. You guys, so happy to be here. Like Courtney said, my name is Lacey Nilsson, and I'm kind of like the Jill of all trades. I have a degree in accounting. I always worked in the corporate world, but my passion and my love are fitness and health. That is me to a T. And so I always worked a corporate job, working 10, 12 hours a day. And then I would go teach fitness classes or personally train clients for 2 or 3 hours at night. And so my days, they've always been really, really long. This right here is my third and forever husband. I became a bonus mom to 3 kids overnight. And I had this schedule, you guys. I was literally like, I hardly ever saw them. And I did not like trading time for money. I saw how much I was missing out on their lives, and I was maxed. The only way I was able to make more money is if I worked more hours, and I was already working so many hours. Well, you guys, one day, I always had the plan where if I get married and when I have a baby, I want to be a stay-at-home mom and do network marketing on the side. Well, you guys, I didn't get to have a baby, but I married a guy with 3 kids. They were 2, 6, and 10 at the time, and I went into my corporate job. And the CEO pulled me into his office and he said, "This is your last day. Your stuff's being put in a box. You'll be escorted out of the office." And I was laid off. But you know what? Honestly, what I thought was the worst day of my life was actually the best day of my life, because if God wouldn't have closed and slammed that door shut, I probably would have never closed it, because I always had a paycheck, 401k, insurance, all the bells and whistles, you know. I was just used to that security. Well, that's what got me into network marketing. And you guys, it has been the greatest thing ever. Um, like I said, I personal trained for a lot of years, taught group exercise fitness classes, but there is no way that I could teach any more classes. I always tell a lot of my friends, I say, listen, I would literally have to physically teach at least 100 classes per week, which there's no way you can actually do that physically possible to make what I make now. And I love it. It's still my help. It's still my passion. And I still get to I love what I do. It brought me home to my kids. I'm so thankful for that. This little boy right here, he's 6 years old now, but I knew the life that I wanted for my future kids. When I made the decision to not go back to the corporate world, which after I was laid off, you guys, I had a really awesome severance package. So I took time to find another corporate job. And the night before I signed the offer letter to a 6-figure salary, 401k, sign-on bonus, yearly bonus, an incredible corporate job, I had a dream that I couldn't sign the letter. And I woke up my husband in the middle of the night at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I said, I can't sign that letter. I said, I have to stay home with my bonus kids, because you guys, truly, I did not want that life for my future kids, of me being gone all the time, trading time for money. That is not the life I wanted for myself or for my bonus kids or for my future kids. And it was just so awesome, you guys. I have not missed one thing of my bonus kids or my little Cooper, none of their life. I always pride myself saying that I'm a mom first, entrepreneur second. You can have the best of both worlds. I have a very successful business and I'm an incredible mom. If you know me, you're she is the best mom ever. And I pride myself on that. And so I'm so thankful with this. This gives you options. This gives you freedom. I always say, I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing freedom. And I love that I can do what I want with my time, but I can still help pay the bills. And so I love this company. It is my third network marketing company. And same with Maki. I had a lot of different options that I could have chosen, but LifeVantage checked every single box, because you guys, I'm 44. And when my previous network marketing company, when they closed the doors, my husband said, do you want to go back to, the corporate world, to accounting? And I said, never, ever, ever. And trade my time for money, never. And so you guys, I was looking, because I knew that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I will be in this industry because I love it so much. And LifeVantage checked every single box and then some. I've been in this company for a little bit over a year, and I still have to pinch myself daily, because the company, the community, the compensation plan, the products, they are so incredible. I always say activation, I did not know what activation was, but activation literally gave me my health back. My husband got his wife back. My kids got their mom back. I got my life back, because my health, I was struggling so bad. Before LifeVantage, we were living paycheck to paycheck. We don't anymore. And it is so awesome. And activation, literally, it changed my life. And so I want to stand from the rooftops to shout, everyone needs to know about this company. And so, yeah, that's kind of my story in a nutshell.
I love it, Lacey. You don't just talk the talk, you literally walk the walk. You came into LifeVantage and built to the top ranks of the company, something that takes most people years, and you did it in 3 months. And you've continued to scale. And because of your passion and your work ethic and all of those different things, I can't wait to see all the places that this takes you and Ryan, because I know you were telling us in Thailand, this is the only way that Lacey Nielsen is going to see the world, because the company takes us on the coolest trips together.
It's so true.
All right, Lacey, you are amazing. Next up, we have Nicole Leach. And as you can tell, she has her little fur baby in here in the car with her as well. So let me see if I can bring this up to the top somewhere. There we go. Nicole is so much fun. She's hardworking and she has a passion and a purpose really for helping people, I feel like, have more fun, be healthier, live the life that they want to live, whatever that looks like. And we all just have our different purpose of what drives us. And Nicole, I know when you came over to LifeVantage, you actually weren't looking. So you're kind of the outlier here that you were actually not looking for a company. And I was kind of holding my breath as you were trying our products to see what you were actually going to see about that because you were so authentic and so real. I knew that we were going to get the real Nicole version of this. And what you've created here by saying yes has made such an impact on so many of us.
Yes, thanks for having me on the call. As Courtney said, my name is Nicole. This is Bentley. We're on the road working today, and he's wondering what's going on. We're keeping him awake. Um, so yeah, as Courtney mentioned, I wasn't actually looking for a change. I have been in network marketing for around 12 years. My previous company, I was with them for 10 years, and I had the opportunity to build that business in Canada and really launch it in Canada. So I was lucky enough to be one of the first founders in the company, which meant quarterly shares for life. I was one of the first Cadillac earners, which I'm currently in still as we speak. I was one of the first directors in Canada and then one of the first $1 million earners. Loved the products, still love the products, and honestly thought I was a lifer. I wasn't looking for a change. As we know, we get approached a lot by other companies, and I just shot them down. I wouldn't even listen to what anybody had to say. So when I was approached with this opportunity, right away I said, not a freaking chance, like not interested, especially wellness. I'm super, super, super picky, and probably for a decade have been looking for wellness products, specifically like collagen, that I actually could like physically get in me because they make me gag. And if I don't like it, I won't take it. So when people tell me like this protein powder tastes like chocolate ice cream, and then I taste it and I'm like really disappointed in the world and what people think chocolate ice cream tastes like, because that's not what it tastes like to me. So when I heard this collagen tastes like cherry or apple juice, I was like, yeah, for sure, I've heard that before. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
it's echoing back to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So I actually told the person that I would consider trying the products because I was looking for wellness products, like I said, that I would like. And in the meantime, Courtney, like she said, she had been watching me on my stories, reviewing these products that people had sent me and told me they taste like, chocolate ice cream. And she was a little bit nervous. So I ordered my products and was driving, as I always am, and I got my collagen and I did my little video of my first sip, and I was like, okay, this actually tastes like juice. Like they weren't lying. Honestly, it was delicious. So I was like, okay, this is good. Like I finally found a collagen that I can drink and also has the science behind it and works. Bentley, he's pickier than I am. He's super, super spoiled. And I like to say he has a sophisticated palate like I do. He barely will eat treats. Like he's super picky. So I had bought Pet Tandem for him. That's the pet version of our flagship product, our Tandem. And again, did a video, sent it to Courtney of him, broke him off a little piece, and he ate it. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I hear you, universe. I'm paying attention. So that was kind of what started opening up my eyes and kind of opening up my mind a little bit. I then did some further research on the products and a little bit about the company. What really stood out to me was that they've been around for almost 2 decades, and I hadn't heard of them. Like in Canada, even in the US, like a lot of people haven't heard of this company or these products. And I asked all my friends about it, all my network marketing friends, no one had heard of them. So that kind of started piquing my interest because I heard all the time, and I'm sure everyone on this call heard the same thing, like you got in at the right time, or I wish I would have started when you did. Like people still say that all the time. And now I was having that opportunity to possibly do it again. Then I had the opportunity to go to our corporate office in Utah. I got to meet Courtney for the first time and meet our executive staff. And that honestly is what kind of sealed the deal for me. So obviously, activation was huge. Nobody else had it. Our compensation plan was massive compared to my previous compensation plan. It was completely different, which is what I was looking for a change in that way. And then obviously being ground floor. ground floor, but technically not ground floor. So no growing pains and all the things I had previously gone through. So yeah, I pulled the plug. I took the jump, and honestly, I don't regret it. I'm super glad I did. And yeah, the rest is history, I guess.
Oh, Nicole, I love it because I know what a bold move it was for you to make to partner with LifeVantage and really to see that vision. I completely agree with you. Having ground floor timing with a publicly traded company that we know has millions of dollars in the bank, a product that is proven, patented, and Health Canada approved, which is a big deal. This is not just NFR. These products that when they're internationally patent or proven and Health Canada approval, Europe approval, all those things, we have an international formula. So this doesn't just look like the company taking out an ingredient that doesn't match that. They completely do a reformulation for those products. And so to for you to have that vision and say, there's a lot of room at the top in this company. I see where this is going and really leading the charge. I love that so much. And I can't wait to see all the people that you bring along with you. You've already brought in the coolest people, and we're just having a lot of fun. Like we said, we're just getting hot, happy, and we're building our bank accounts, we're building businesses, and we're traveling the world together. So, Nicole, thanks for taking time. I know that you might have to hop off because you and Bentley are on the job right now, but this is one of the perks of this business is you can pop on a call and hang out with us for a little while. So thanks for joining us, Nicole, and I'm so happy that you're here. Tanisha Vihara, we have you joining us from the UK. We have had the time of our lives opening the Iceland market, really global expansion, visionary leadership. We've been together on the cruise ship, like we mentioned, to Alaska. And we have so many things that we've really created in such a short amount of time. It's been almost a year now, crazy enough that LifeVantage hit your radar. Tanisha, I'm so excited for us to hear from you. Julie's really given us that heads up on the vibe and the glow that you had about LifeVantage. And you really just led the way. You make such an impact through your social media and your influence and things like that. So let us know what it was about LifeVantage and what you're loving so much.
It was just a very spontaneous yes, because I always had been a collagen queen on my social media. So I was one of the top sellers of collagens, and my company closed. And now I have a lot of audience who is looking for a collagen, and I had a responsibility to look for the best one. So I did my research, and at the divine timing, Courtney messages me and she sends me the products. The first thing, which was very, a big yes for me, was that I got the products in 48 hours. While my previous company used to send it from Netherlands, I got it from a UK. So that was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So it's a UK, warehouse we have. And then when I tried the collagen and tasted it, that was the first thing which made me believe that this is exactly what I need to look into. I got in touch with Courtney. She got me into the meeting with the CEO, Kristen. I think that's what I told Hera, who further came along from Iceland and joined us, that, it's the vibe of the people who really made me connect to this, at a next level, I would say. Um, did my research. Of course, I didn't even know that the company had to be public traded or not, because I never looked into that previously until my company closed. And now I was like, okay, this is public traded, so it's safe to go for. But at the same time, the people really matter the most to me, because I think that's what makes a huge difference. We had a few calls. I hopped on and I was like, I've decided. And that's when I spoke to Julie and told her that, Julie, there's something special about them. And um, then we started talking about Iceland. I was so shocked that they said, yes, we can open Iceland. The day I spoke to, on the call with the corporate, within 12 weeks of that, we launched Iceland, and a huge team, which is creating more than 60,000 points. I'm not sure how much equivalent that is in dollars, but it's, doing so well. And now Portugal is open. So the expansion here is huge. What really caught my attention was that there is space to be the first one, the first one of in the UK, in Europe, there is so much space. It's still unexplored, yet it's huge. So it's really ticked all the boxes. And as everyone before me had said, the compensation plan was amazing. The people are great. The vibe is great. I could go to Alaska, which was such a great experience to meet everyone, to see really how medical professionals were, the main people, which really gave me more confidence because I believe in the science, I believe in the, credibility, which we do believe that if there are people in the business from about 13, 18 years, and they are from medical profession from the background, it just makes you believe in the product more, and then you can just pass down that belief further. So yeah, it was simply a no-brainer. I had a lot of options, and this was the place which had all the things I needed. I wanted collagen products. I wanted something for, the gut health. I wanted something which could help people lose weight, help them support through the journey. But at the same time, there is skincare. There is another product line we've got now, which is, the Love Biome. Again, that is really giving great results. So I'm quite excited for what's coming ahead, and I'm so glad that I'm here with all of you.
Oh, Tanisha, thank you so much. I love to hear the way that your journey unfolded because it really is wild how fast it all came together. And that's the thing I love about LifeVantage. Most of us know the universe loves speed, right? We are manifestors, we're super attractors. And so joining up with activation, a product that literally you take so that your body can make this on its own. You take a collagen to make your own collagen. You take an antioxidant to make your own collagen. The gut health. No one else has what we have. And I know that that might sound like hype or a sales pitch, but the cool thing is we can back it with studies from PubMed. We can back it with patents. And so to be able to share products that really just needed that voice, like Tanisha mentioned, she met the medical professionals on the cruise, and there are scientists, there's doctors, there's veterinarians that are here, which is one of the reasons why LifeVantage has been the best kept secret until now. It hasn't really had that social media presence that these leaders are bringing here. And so with that comes a compensation plan. Tanisha, I know you're very familiar of getting paid for sharing products on social media. One of the things about that is I've never seen social media or any products affiliates that I've been with that have this type of sales commission backing it. So as the personal sales bonus, as a diamond seller, you're seeing this chart right here, you can actually make from 30 to 37% commission on a product because you always get paid 10%. And then you also get that spread, which a lot of people are familiar with. But I had a leader in the industry say recently, show me a compensation plan that true social sellers and just customer gatherers can win, and also someone that is building a team. And so when they designed Evolve, they didn't want you to have to choose which lane that you wanted. You can just be in both and just go through along the journey with this heavy sales commission. And they really doubled down on the back end. And this is what I really love as a leader and someone that I love to find other people to share and to start up their businesses and have success. There's also a leadership match portion and a global sharing pool that is paid out every single month. With the level commissions, if you guys have been a part of a company like we had, where it took the success of other people in order for you to rise, and maybe sometimes you felt like you were dragging people along the journey, with this level commission, it really is so simple in sources of volume. So if you have more questions on that, refer back to whoever invited you to this call, because what we want to show is this is your business. This is your choice. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have years of support, of leadership, of all the different systems that come along with this. And so what you get to do is pick your pack. On our team, the business enrollment pack, the $9.99 pack in the US and Japan are two of the most popular. Depending on your market, Tanisha is in the UK, so their packs look a little different in Canada. But what we've decided and what we've really found, and this is 10 years in the industry, is the pack that you come on is typically the pack that other people join you on as well. And the products that you are using and experiencing that you can share about and talk about. So when you're opening your business, think about this as your product catalog, that the more products that you are using and experiencing, you can also share about and build an even bigger business as well. So we've talked about timing, we've talked about momentum. And so now we're going to talk a little bit about action. So whatever that feeling is as you're on this call, if you can identify with anyone, or if you're sitting here wondering, what could your life look like 12 months from now? And what we've all seen in partnering with this company because of the timing and the global expansion and the partnership and the people that we've partnered with is that my personal life looks completely different within 1 year. And I know Tanisha's looking at herself and Maki and Lacey and Nicole, not only because of the places that it's taken us, but also the people that we've become through this, healthier and activated, but also really being a part of such a massive movement. So now it's time for you to claim your spot. Don't just watch this wave, you get to ride it. And if you can spot momentum, if you can feel that, you really get to be a part of this ground floor timing that is just entering momentum. So we're inviting you to join us in this activation movement and LifeVantage family. Thank you so much for taking a look at this. If you love what you saw, be sure to take this recording and send it out to your friends and join us. Let's partner, let's lock arms and have fun together. So thank you for joining us. We're so excited that you were here. All of our guests, thank you. You're so amazing. This is ultimate lucky girl syndrome doing this business together.